what's going on, YouTube? Back at it again, man. As we all know, man, the NFL draft is finally over. We finally saw who the Cowboys picked up and so on and so forth, man. The guessing is all over with, man. So I want to just give a recap on how I think the draft went, man, and just pretty much what I think the Cowboys are going to do from this point forward until the start of the NFL season. So with that being said, man, I want to just go real quick over the 7 picks the Cowboys selected and kind of give you my thoughts, and we'll go from there. So as we all know it, man, for the first round, the Cowboys picked Mazi Smith, the defensive tackle from the University of Michigan, man. I think this is one of my favorite picks, man. I think some of my viewers and some of my subscribers and all that stuff have commented on my videos talking about that I was calling it. Man, I just felt like the Cowboys needed it, man. I think that the Cowboys know their defense as a whole is solid, man. I think that they're just missing a few bits and pieces, and I told y'all one of the prime positions I think the Cowboys needed to fill was that defensive tackle, man. We have our edges set. We have our linebacker that are set. We have obviously our secondary set with Diggs, Gilmore, and then our three-headed monster with the safeties. All we needed was that defensive tackle, man, because if you can get that solid defensive tackle like what we got in Mazi Smith, it frees up a lot of our edge rushers. Micah coming from the edge. I think Micah almost can probably get maybe 5 more sacks than what he probably got this last year just because of Mazi Smith, bro. Like what people have said, we don't need Mazi Smith to do much more than what he's already done in college. Now, would we like it? Yeah, of course. I mean, who would not want more out of him? But as long as he could just be himself, he already possesses the strength. We just need to, work on his technique a little bit, work on his athleticism a little bit. And I think not only could he our prime run stopper, I think he could be an elite run stopper in the NFL, as well as a good pass rusher, man. He's well known for the college level for being a run stopper, but I think he could be a good pass rusher too, bro. There's flashes of him in college doing that, bro. I think if he could just learn from Dan Quinn and our defensive line coach, I think he could do both, man. I think he could be a really good Aaron Donald-ish player, man. I think I could see it in Mazi Smith, man. Not just saying that because he's a Cowboys first round pick. No. This is just from the player's standpoint, man. He could have went anywhere. I would have said the same thing, man. I think Mazi Smith was that guy, man. I watch a lot of guys on YouTube, man, and they were telling me like, oh, I wouldn't get Mazi Smith, man. He's this, and that. I mean, hey, man, I know I couldn't be the only one seeing him, man. He has that him factor, man. He could do it. He can do it, man. I think, and out of all franchise, I think the Cowboys have the best coaching that can bring that out of him, man. Going with the second round pick, man, they picked Luke Shoemaker. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name right, but the tight end out of University of Michigan, same thing. They went with a tight end. Cowboys fans, we all knew that they were going to address that sooner or later. I think, in my opinion, I would have went with Darnell Washington, but like I said, hey, we have a scouting team for a reason. Pretty sure they did twice or triple time the amount of homework that I did. Probably talked to him, talked to coaches, so on and so forth. Maybe they know something that we just don't know about him. Apparently, he's one of the best blocking tight ends, and he has very reliable hands and so on and so forth, man. So, hey, man, I'm all for it, man. If he can make it the team, well, I'm pretty sure he'll make the team. But if he can, if we can get really good production out of him, man, hell, I'm all for it, bro. Who is it? You know what I mean? But I think the Cowboys could have gone somewhere a little bit different. But, hey, like I said, we all knew it was coming, man. And then on the third round, man, we got DeMarvion Overshown, the linebacker out of Texas. I talked about him in my other videos, man. I think he's a very explosive player, man. He dissects the plays. He's like a missile coming downfield. He's very good at blitzing, man. I think he could just play all over the defense. He could play middle, outside. Hell, so I think some people even say that he think it's even saying playing safety, man. He's just a hybrid type of player, man. I think the Cowboys this is a very good pickup, man. I think there's only a couple of players out of all these 7 or 8 picks that we got in the draft that I feel like are going to be immediate starters, have immediate impact on our defense, man. And it's going to be Mazi and then Overshown, man. I think you could put Overshown in the middle, maybe on the opposite side of Michael Parsons, man. And I think on top of that, he's that smart general, like I was talking about, that the Cowboys need, man. They need somebody that can dissect the play, recognize what's going on, put our players in prime position, man, and then go attack the ball, bro. Don't just sit there and wait, because if you don't have the speed and you're sitting there waiting and the play's going the opposite way, well, you don't have the speed to go get it anyways. And on top of that, our guys are not even lined up in the right position because you couldn't see it. Well, I think we get that from Overshown. I think he has the ability to, like I said, to see the play, see where it's coming. He has the speed, he has the athleticism, he can blitz like Michael Parsons, bro. And then on top of that, you're gonna pair him up with Parsons and his knowledge, bro. I think we're gonna have one of the best, if not trio, because of Leighton Van Der Esch is not producing. We're gonna have the best duo, bro, with Parsons and him, bro. That's gonna be very, very fun to see him, and I think they're gonna have a friendly competition with each other, man, to see who can get the most sacks, who can blow up the most plays, man. It's a good problem to have, man. And I've been saying it, man. I always liked Overshown coming out of the draft, man. Like I said, I think he was like another Michael Parsons, bro. I think he's gonna shock a lot of people, man. And then on top of that, with the 4th round pick, we went defense again, and we got a defensive end. I'm not gonna say his name because I heard apparently he likes to go by Junior, but it's Junior Fayoko, defensive end out of San Jose State. A lot of people in the NFL are talking about him, about how he's this very, very high motor defensive end, man. He's always finding himself in the backfield. He hardly doesn't get beat a lot, man. I think the reason why he wasn't up more in the rankings and stuff like that is because of the college. I know a lot of the teams go by the level of competition. Well, he was in that sort of college division. He wasn't in the SEC, so on and so forth. But hey, man, if on film he's not being blocked or he's finding himself in the backfield and he has that good power, motor, bend him in, I think Dan Quinn, like I said, this is the best organization that our defensive coaching, like Dan Quinn and them, could bring the best out of players, bro. I think everybody that's in the draft that was on defense would like to come to Dallas because of who our coaches are, man. I think he's a solid player, man. I think he could be a possibly Dorrance Armstrong replacement. I know I'm probably reaching a little bit, but hey, man, from what I've seen on film, he could be that guy, bro, or he could even be our new 3-tech, bro. I can see him adding a few more pounds and switching into the inside too. I mean, I think Dan Quinn knows where he wants to put him. I think Dan Quinn knows why he drafted him and where he's going to put him at. He could slim down if he shows that athleticism to Dan. Maybe he can slim down and stay on the edge. Or if Dan Quinn thinks he's a little bit more of like a Mozzie Smith type player, where he's going to get more stronger, put more weight, and be him, Mozzie, Hankins, and then our edges, bro. I mean, dude, our defense, I think, is going to be something special. I think it's going to give us that little bit more help that we needed to make a farther and stronger push in the playoffs, bro. So keep an eye on him, Cowboys. I think he makes a immediate impact on our defense, and I think he makes us better. I think he gives us that help on our defensive line, man. And then for our 5th round pick, we got Hasim Richards, a guard out of North Carolina, tackle out of North Carolina. I seen a couple of film on him, man. I think the Cowboys are looking at him more as a guard. I know he graded pretty high on his run grade. I think he did pretty good on his tackle, his pass rush rate. I don't think he allowed a lot of sacks in his time. I think like 1 or 2 or something like that. I'm not sure. But I think he's just a rotational guy. I think they're going to see what he got, and if he does got something, he's just that plug and play for guard in case somebody gets hurt. I think right now the way the Cowboys are going to go, which I'm pretty sure we can all agree, is going to be Tyrone Smith as left tackle, Tyler Smith as guard, Steele as your right tackle, and obviously Zach Martin. I think that's the way they're going to go, but I wouldn't bet on that yet. I still think the Cowboys are not done in free agency. We'll get to that in a second. But as far as I know, that's where I think that's why they drafted him so low. Well, they drafted him in the 5th round because, like I said, Cowboys fans, we all know Cowboys need help on that offensive line, man. If you give Dak more time and you give our running backs that plug-and-play guard that's dominant, who can open up the run, man, I think our Cowboys, I know we all wanted that first-round Jackson Smith, Najigba in the first round because we all need that, the Cowboys need that offensive weapon, but I think if you give some more linemen, man, I think that will do it itself. Gives Dak more time. He makes better decisions. He's not rushed, and the running backs do their thing in the backfield. And then my last pick, well, not the last, but my favorite last pick is Deuce Vaughn, man. And I told y'all, if y'all seen my videos, man, I told y'all, man, I had a feeling that Deuce Vaughn would get it, man, because of his. Well, I wouldn't say because, but I think part of it is because of his dad was there. They know how hard I guess how good of a good worker his dad is. And then on top of that, man, I mean, let's just cut his dad out for a second, man. Deuce Vaughn was that guy in Kansas State, bro. I mean, if he was like 4 inches taller, bro, he would probably be in the first round. He probably would have been with Bijan Robinson, in my opinion, bro. I want you to go back and look at his film, bro. He can run between the tackles. He's shifty. He can take your ankles in a second, bro. He has speed. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can line up anywhere, bro. He's a problem, bro, for defense. He did good whenever Kansas State played Alabama. And you can't tell me, oh, well, it's because of size, or he hasn't played this, and that. Alabama's always good, bro. They always have great defenses. He did work on Alabama, ran it between tackles. They had a hard time freaking tackling it because of his size, bro, and I think that he uses that to his advantage. I bet you money, bro, it's going to be Tony Pollard, running back 1, and him. I think they got Rojo for an insurance blanket, so if, God forbid, knock on wood, if somebody was to ever go down, or whatever for injuries. So like I said, you always want to draft for injuries, bro, because you just never know what's going to happen in the season. Knock on wood again. But I think that it's going to be, he's going to be our 1-2 punch, him and Pollard, man. And I think he's going to surprise a lot of people, bro. I think he's an immediate impact, bro. I think our preseason games are going to show a lot. They're going to, if he can do it in preseason, which I feel pretty confident he can, he's going to be our number 2 running back, bro, for sure. So, and then our last one, we finally picked the wide receiver out of Jalen Brooks. I think it's just more for the roster, for just create more competition. I don't think that they believe in Jalen Tolbert. I think this is the reason why. I don't think that they believe in Simi Fayoko. Like I said, it's just you don't want to have players comfortable sitting in our back, in our roster, bro. Just taking up roster, space, bro. Get the best guy in there, bro. If Fayoko ain't there, bro, out, bro. If Jalen Tolbert's not him, get him out, bro. Get these guys that we draft, or get these undrafted free agents that we draft. I know we drafted Jalen Monroe Cropper, I believe, out of Fresno State. Hey, man, if he's ready to go and Jalen Tolbert is not because y'all are, I don't know, coaching him up or getting him ready, I mean, bro, that's bull, bro. You got drafted to the NFL for a reason, bro. You should be able to ready to go and play. You shouldn't have to take a whole year, bro. You always want the best guy up, man, and those are pretty much all the draft picks the Cowboys drafted 1 through 7. We had 2 6-round picks. We traded up for Eric Scott, cornerback, to get him. Like I said, I think he's just our roster depth, in case Anthony Brown or Jordan Lewis, for some reason something happens right there. Like I said, I think it's just for Dan Quinn. He's a Dan Quinn type of player. He's very tall, lengthy. He doesn't have the speed, but he could possibly a corner converted back into a safety. Not 100% sure on that one, bro. But like I said, man, I think the Cowboys went defense heavy on this one just to make their defense even stronger, bro. I think to answer for what Philly was doing. And then on top of that, man, just to kind of wrap this video up, I don't think that the Cowboys are done, man. I know Cowboy fans are saying we needed more offensive weapons. We needed more offensive weapons. We shouldn't have went so much of the defense heavy on drafting. But man, hey, I think the Cowboys are still brewing up something, man. I think that they know that Dak needs all the weapons, man. If we know that Dak needs more weapons, I damn sure know Jerry and them know that he needs more weapons. Could a DeAndre Hopkins move still happen? Possibly, bro. I think they're gonna wait for the preseason or games to play out. They're gonna see what they have in our draft picks. They're gonna see what's going on with Michael Gallup as our off season and all that stuff goes on and so forth. They still can, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think the Cowboys are done. I think they'll either pick up somebody wide receiver wise, or I think that they'll pick up an offensive lineman, man. Maybe like Dalton Reiser, the guard out of the Broncos. I think that they could pick him up to help out with the line in case our 5th round draft pick or somehow something is not working with our offensive line. I still think the Cowboys go out and get more help, man. I don't think the Cowboys are completely done with making moves and so on and so forth, man. But that's been my time, guys. That's been my thoughts on and the recap on pretty much the draft. Let me know what you think on what the Cowboys should do to make this team better. If they need to go out and get a free agent, if they need to trade, or tell me what you think about the draft and where you think they should have went, what round and so on and so forth, man. And I just want to give a shout out to everybody. That's all my fans. I gained more subscribers. I'm now at 35 subscribers. My view times are going up, man. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, guys. I love y'all. Appreciate it, man. If you see this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna be making more videos as it goes out, so bear with me, guys. But that's been my thought, man. Y'all guys let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Out.